All right, so let's look at the screen. The first thing I need you to do is go to tollermedia.com and just look in the description box below for all the resources I'll be sharing with you today. So go to tollermedia.com and you'll see a link that says free church bulletin templates. Just click on that. You'll be redirected to this page and just put in your name and your email is all I ask for your free church bulletin checklist and template. So you go in, and once you're to this page, you can click, first of all, to get your checklist, and you click on that. It redirects you to a PDF file. And this PDF file has a checklist. It's not an exhaustive list, but it kind of gets you primed anyway for thinking about what you would want in your church bulletin, whether, you'll put your date, your church information, your social media, digital info, phone number, address. You got things that are today, like service times, choir practice, deacons meetings, whatever you may be having going on today, that Sunday, and then events for the week. You get the idea. Events for the month. And then you have schedules like nursery, children's church, door greeters, so forth and so on. Birthdays, anniversary. Perhaps you like to put in folks, and you don't always have those, but folks have been recently hospitalized or in the hospital, those who are bereaved. Highlighted information, special boxes for notes and things you like your congregation to know, and a place for sermon notes. And also you can put things in like your order of service that you'll see as well. So as we go back to that page, because it opened a new tab with that one, and you click on the template, and it's going to redirect you to a Google Drive file. It'll say download. It'll be a pub file, which is a publisher file. This will only work in Microsoft Publisher, and in the future I do plan to make templates for Microsoft Word and for the Mac Pages. So if you're interested in that, please let me know in the comments below, and I will make those as well. All right, so you go down, hit download, and it is going to download the file, free church bulletin template. I'm going to click on that. It's going to open up Microsoft Publisher. Now, you will be introduced more than likely to this page where this window that says load fonts, that it doesn't have this blue highway, it's unavailable. What I always do is just skip right through that, or you could do a font substitution, will be fine. But usually what I do is just skip on through it and get in here. I'm going to make that full screen. Now, as you can see, you have your template. This is the front of the bulletin, the sample free template for Microsoft Publisher. This is the front, this is the back, and then we have the inside. So again, this is the outside cover, bifold, and this is the inside cover. Okay. Now later when you go to print this, it's going to be a little tricky. So I'm going to give you some help at the end to perhaps give you a little help on that. Every printer's different, and if you need help with that, just please let me know. But anyhow, when you look at the outside cover, you have text boxes, and text boxes can be clicked on and dragged off into the out of bounds area, I call it. And so anything with this out of bounds area will not be printed in the end. It will not come out printed on the page. And it's fine to drag things off to the side if you're not using them that week. And that way you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So you can move this around, change your information however you see fit. This is just a sample logo. And for these images, I would suggest that you sign up for Canva. I'll put that in the description below. It's a free program that you can go in and find clip art. You can find pictures and photos, and they do have a free version that you could use, which will be sufficient. And then what you can do is, if you want to sign up for it and get the premium version, it gives you more options, of course. And you can, maybe you already have a church logo, you just like to, insert and import an image. Okay, so you have tables, and you can add and upload a picture, a logo, and put that here. You know, you could change around, you put it down here and put this stuff up here. You move it around any way you want to is fine. And you can come in here and design this however you see fit. This is a picture, but let's say I wanted to create I would need to draw a text box. Okay. Or another way to do it is I could go down here and hit copy and paste and just copy that one. All right. So I could just copy that. I think I just did, and then paste it. All right. So now I got one of the same, come up here, and now this is another table inside. So I didn't move that because I didn't want that anyway. And let's say, clicking around too much. Go up here, and each week you'll need to space this out because you may not have the information, and I'll show you that here in a minute, every week. I'm also going to use this line that's already available. And while I'm here, I'm going to show you something. If you go over to this ruler and you hold down on a PC and you hold Alt, it's going to create this green line that will not be in your final print. And I'm going to put that, since this is 8.5 by 11, I'm going to put this in the center, which is going to be 5.5. All right, and I don't know why it always opens that. But anyway, 5.5, and I see this is out of bounds, so to speak, so I'm going to make that image smaller, and then I'm going to center it. All right, and that way I know that this is where the fold is. And then also what you can do is you can bring one over eventually once you get used to your printer, and you can place one right here so that everything lines up as well. Okay, so I'm going to bring that in, and I'm going to come over here and surgically add another one. All right, so there's another green line that I want to place perhaps here or a little bit further out maybe, and then I can stretch that text box out. Okay, but more than likely I'm not thinking you will. And then if I need to get rid of that, just drag it off the side and it's gone. So there's one here already, I think, the green line. Let me get one again, Alt, pull it over here. There you go. Okay. All right. So let's say here I just want to change the date. All right. Sunday, November 17th, 2024. All right. I can change this font by going up here, and I'll make it Tahoma, which is pretty boring in this case. I'm going to delete that. And then you can add some clip art here. You can italicize, underline, bold, whatever you feel like you need to do. And I'm not so good with the fonts as my wife is. You can pick whatever. There's so many. You don't want to use Algerian. All right. So you get the idea. All right. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to hit undo and just take it back to what we had before and put this back. So see, I can just drag this off the side. Well, I've got to have enough out of bounds area. So let me grab it, pull it over here somewhere. I might use that later and just put this back. Okay. On the back, while we're looking at this, you can change these. Let's say, for example, if I was doing this, I see a couple things that annoy me. And this is the order of service. I might bring this up a little bit with spacing. And it seems like we've got 2 spaces there, 2 spaces there. This only has 1, so let's bring that down and that down. All right, that kind of gives it some even space, and I just hit enter. And then what I'm going to do, this space where it says the verses, if I hit enter and it adds this big space, I can go up and put 5. And I'm going to hit enter, and what that does is bring it in. See, it's not so close. So I'm going to hit 5 and then enter. Didn't quite take it, so let me do it again. 5, enter. There we go. And then we're going to see this kind of went out of bounds. I don't like to underline that last quotation mark. That's just me, picky, but that's the way it is. And then I'm going to add 5. And again, it didn't take it. 5. Okay. Let's try it again. 5, enter. Okay, and I think the reason for that is it has been spaced too many times. Let me hit, and I got a little artifact right here. Let me get rid of that. I'm going to space at 3. And now, okay, it took the 5, so that was the problem. I'm going to hit tab all the way over, and let's say you like it there. You want it more towards the right. Okay, just hit tab. Hit tab, bring it over there. Line them up if you want to. This same thing, enter. 5. And then I can go over here and just hit tab. And so I couldn't line all that up. This picture is taking it. So now I can. If I hit tab, there we go. And see that picture, that little logo can be taken away or added to. It's just an empty space. So we add a little clip art or something there. So you see the outside covers. These you could change to whatever you want. Let's say you don't have anybody bereaved this week. Take it out. You don't have anybody in the hospital this week. Say you got some notes and updates, and you'd like to share that. Then put that in here. All right, let's go to the inside cover. We just have this full, and you could amend it, add, take away, however you like. You know, change the service. Maybe you just do a midweek service, and you call it midweek service. You may call it prayer meeting, Bible study, discipleship training, whatever it is, and you can change that. All right, so I amended that, and so you're studying the book of Song of Solomon. It's just what I thought about. Change the date. Of course, that's in April, and then you have April dates here as well. You can change those, add the names. Todd Sample, that's a good name. And add those in. Let's say you don't have as many. You want to take it away. Right click, go to delete, and delete. Let's see if I get it right. Yes, rows. All right, I took that row away. Then I can take this, if I need, give me some extra space and just move it a little bit. I can bring it in and make it a little more narrow. I can bring this over, and that would help. There we go. And then line it back up and center it again. These schedules, all this is amendable here. You can completely take it away if you don't need it. You don't want to have a bunch of blank space, but what you could do if that happens is go back to the first page, and let's say you want to put the notes and updates on the inside, pull that out, and then come back, and then let's say each week you don't have all the information. I put this here and widen it and then shorten it. You'll have to find out your lines and where you're out of bounds on your printer. Then also over here, you can change the attendance. You say, I don't like to report the attendance. Pull off the side. I don't like to report the given. Pull the whole thing off the side. Pull this table out of here. And then maybe you have more events this month. And you bring these, and I suggest, as I haven't already, go to canva.com and get the free version. All right, let's say I add these little peeps up here. And then you come up. Here we go. And you need to add some more events. Just hit tab. And of course the text box, I went beyond that. So let me click on it and drag that down to fill the space. And you just have a lot of events. Okay, you just hit tab, 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 and keep going. I doubt you have that many, but if you need to delete them, right click, delete, row. And then I think if I click all those and hit delete rows. There we go. And then maybe you could add another text box in here and just line all this up. Again, I could go over to the ruler, hold Alt, bring it over, and make all my lines line up. And then as far as this goes, bring this up. Okay, and then I can name this whatever I want to once I shorten this. Okay, and there's a lot when it comes to images and tables as far as what's on top For example, if I take this peep here, you can see it's behind. But if I want to, I can bring it over and put bring forward, and see now it's on top of that. So see, it's moving those. But if I put that it is backwards, then when I drag it, and see now it's behind that, so I can't even get to it. So I have to pull it, and see now it's behind. It's going to be behind. All right. So what's prominent between these two? What is going to be covered up? What is going to be brought forward? If I click the balloons, bring forward, then you can see it's on top. All right. So, each week you can come in here and just change this thing however you see fit. And once you get your lines and examples, get all that, and you can move everything back. So I'll just leave it a mess like that. So you won't be afraid to mess up. All right. Now, once you get your publisher file like you want it, the beauty of this is go in, and this is the key. This is key right here. You go to Save As, and then I'm going to browse. I'm going to go to my desktop for this example, and I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this as church, or maybe let's put the date. I'm going to use this past Sunday, which was Sunday, November the 10th, 2024. And then I'm going to put that this was the church bulletin. Okay. And what I'm going to do also is I'm going to create a new folder. And I'm going to put all the files in here will be from Sunday, November 10th, 2024. You'll be glad you done that later. Church bulletin. All right, and I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to save this publisher file inside that folder. All right, now what I want to do for future reference is go in and save as, and I'm going to go to the same folder, desktop, and I'm going to go down to PDF. I'm going to print it as a PDF and save it. It's probably going to try to open up Acrobat or whatever. Let's put just once. Okay, so it brought that up as a PDF. Now, what I can do with that PDF is I can upload it to my website and create a link, and people can click on it, and they would be able to look at the church bulletin on the website. And you can also take that and link it to your church app. All right, so once we're done with all that, I want to show you what's next. We got the template. I'm going to take these off, and I want to take you to the next thing. If you look in the description box below and you would like more templates, then look down and click on the link for 4 church bulletin templates, and you'll be brought to this page. And on this page, we have 4 church bulletin templates for Microsoft Publisher for a one-time payment of $39. And it includes 4 different templates, one for each season of the year, spring and summer, fall and winter. And here's what you get: instant downloads. Once you check out, instantaneous download, just like the free church template. And if you only want that, that's just fine, and you can amend that. But if you want something to streamline things and help you out a little bit further, there's a variety to choose from. There's 4 in there. You have lifetime access to go back and download the original files. I do suggest that you do a save as and put them on your machine or in the cloud or in your own Google Drive or Dropbox for future reference. It's always good to have that. And then you can save time by not having to reinvent the wheel from week to week, and you can replicate it and just do a save as. And, for example, you go back to Publisher and you got November the 10th. I'm using this. The next week, when I amend the 10th, I'm going to go Save As, and I'm going to go into Browse, and I'm not going to create a new folder I guess we can. Then you go back to Desktop, and you create a new folder, and you would call it Sunday, November 17th is the one coming up. And we're just doing a save as, because we're not reinventing the wheel. We're just saving what we had from last week. And then I'm going to go into the 17th, and I didn't put church bulletin, but you get the idea. And then I'm going to save that as, all right, and I'll just keep going and build upon that 10th, 17th, and so on and so forth, and just keep going. All right, so that's what you'll be able to do with these other templates as well. We do have some examples, and in the future, I do plan to come out with more templates for Microsoft Word and Pages for the Mac. So if you're interested in that, please let me know in the comments below. We have some examples here. We got the fall outside cover, the fall inside, summer outside cover and inside cover, and winter. And then it looks like I do need to add the spring. And then once you do that and you're brought up to this page and you complete the purchase, you'll go down to this page. You'll be able to do two things. Number one, download the Church Bulletin templates. And you also have the option to go down and schedule a free 30-minute free Church Bulletin template tutorial that I'll go over it with you via Zoom call. So all you have to do is just sign up. It's absolutely free. Once you purchase the 4 templates, go in and choose a time when I can meet with you, select it, and fill out the information, and we will meet together. And if I need to take over your screen or remotely control your computer, or you need to just watch my screen, I'll show you how to do it, and we'll amend that and make it your own for 30 minutes. All right, download the Church Bulletin templates, and you click on that, and you'll be brought to the Google Drive file. And then once you get in here, all you got to do is download them. All right, so I'm going to go in, and it's open, download the one for let's do the spring, since I need to add that one. All right, and once we there's winter, here's spring coming up. And once we get spring, we're going to skip this. Okay, so you see here's the front, and you can add images and so forth here. Or if you have a subscription to a service that mails the bulletins to you and they already have the picture provided, that's what this is for. There's the back, and here's the inside that can be amended. You can pull all this off of here and change it however you see fit. And don't be afraid to play around with it, move it around, and if you run into any trouble, let me know. All right. So there is the templates that are available through Microsoft Publisher. So appreciate you watching the video today. I appreciate if you found value from this video, be sure to give me a like and be sure to comment below. See the description for everything I talked about today, and we'll see you in the next video.